Hi everyone, I'm Theresa Cull. I'm on the Los Alamos County Council, and I'm here to give you the highlights from our May 2nd County Council meeting. The agenda looked daunting, but the first 8 items on the agenda moved fairly quickly. There were 3 proclamations: Bike Month, which included May 17th as Bike to Work Day, Motorcycle Awareness Month, and Older Americans Month, which included recognition of the 25th birthday of the Betty E. Hart Senior Center. There was recognition of our county finance staff receiving the Government Finance Officers Association Triple Crown Honor Awards for the FY22 budget, our 30th year to receive this honor, the FY21 Annual Comprehensive Financial Report, our 31st year to receive this honor, and the FY21 Popular Annual Financial Report, our 6th year to attain this achievement. There were 11 items on the consent agenda, mostly dealing with county contracts, although the consent agenda also included the appointment of 3 individuals: Judith Lovejoy, Juanita McNeil, and Rachel Moore Richards to the DWI Planning Council Board. 3 ordinances were introduced: one amending Chapter 38, the Traffic Code, one terminating the Economic Development Project of Ubiquity Incorporated, and one amending Chapter 32 regarding refuse recycling and solid waste facility fees. Public hearing on these ordinances is currently scheduled for May 23rd. The bulk of last night's meeting was public hearings. There were 7 resolutions that dealt with authorizing the county to pick up additional Public Employee Retirement Association contributions for different groups. This was proposed last year as one of several measures to help with the employee retention. There are separate resolutions for the fire department, police, detention officers, contract employees, plumbers and pipe fitters, electrical workers, and municipal general employees. All were passed unanimously. Shortly before 7 o'clock, we began discussion on Code Ordinance 02-342, which proposed to amend the text of Chapter 16 to address the building heights south of Trinity Drive. The goal of the height limitations is to protect views of the canyon while allowing increased building densities and diverse housing supply. Currently, Chapter 16 has a 45-foot height limit to the canyon edge on the south side of Trinity that could go up to 60 feet at 150 feet from the canyon edge if 20% of the development is housing. The proposal was to increase the height to 54 feet within 150 feet of the canyon edge and 86 feet at greater than 150 feet from the canyon edge. This better aligns with the previously approved 86-foot height in the rest of downtown Los Alamos. There was considerable discussion about including a mandated setback from the canyon edge to allow room for the canyon rim trail. After about 90 minutes of discussion and comments from the public, Council voted to approve the ordinance as presented, but included direction to Planning and Zoning and CDD staff to look at possible setback requirements and bring recommendations back to the Council at a later date. At about 8:45, we began discussion on Code Ordinance 02-343, which proposed to amend the text of Chapter 16 with alternate parking regulations and reduction allowances in downtown Los Alamos and White Rock Town Center. The goal of the changes was to provide adequate parking while creating a walkable downtown district, while also minimizing the impact to surrounding neighborhoods. It was noted that the parking regulations are intended primarily to support diverse housing options and other higher density housing within the downtown areas. Currently in downtown Los Alamos and White Rock Town Center, about 30% of developable land is paved surface parking. The ordinance proposed some specific parking reductions in Table 27 of Chapter 16. For example, reducing minimum off-street parking requirements for bars from 10 spaces per 1,000 square feet to 6. There were also recommended reductions for medical and dental clinics, retail, and restaurants. The ordinance also proposed revising district-specific standards within the downtown Los Alamos and White Rock Town Center to require multifamily uses to provide 1 space per unit. And there was a recommendation to clarify shared parking reduction applicability in areas outside of downtown Los Alamos and White Rock Town Center, zoned for mixed use and commercial. It was noted that the proposed change needed to more accurately reflect the applicability to mixed use and commercial. It currently states within all zone districts. After considerable discussion, it was noted that there were some errors in the whereas statements in the proposed ordinance, and after a failed vote to pass the ordinance as presented, a motion was made to amend the ordinance, or to amend the ordinance, including addressing the shared parking reduction changes, and bring it back for a vote at the May 23rd County Council meeting. This motion was unanimously approved, with most councilors indicating their general support for the ordinance. I should note that Council received numerous emails regarding these ordinances for the proposed changes to Chapter 16, and they were overwhelmingly about 5-1 in support of the proposed ordinances. Because of the late hour, most of the remaining agenda items were deferred to the next meeting on May 16th, and the meeting adjourned at about 10:30 p.m. And that's my report.